honest, this whole Gypsy Rose Blanchard birth story that she's been trying to tell people, it's just really not adding up to me. There's something, I don't know, I can't really tell which direction I want to go with as far as like what I believe, but all I know is that it just doesn't sound correct. So according to Gypsy, she gets to the hospital at 1:30 in the morning on the 28th. She has the baby at around 9:30 in the morning. So that's like an 8-hour time frame from start to finish. When you get there, typically you gotta get a bag of fluid in, and then you'll be waiting for the epidural. The people that will come, they gotta get the anesthesiologist there to do that. That can usually take like 1 or 2 hours in itself, so that would be about 3 in the morning. And then she says that they started her on Pitocin immediately to speed things up, but she's already a month early and she's already in active labor, so I feel like that's not a huge enough timeline to be started on Pitocin already. That doesn't make sense to me. And obviously, like I said, I'm not a doctor, but that's confusing me.
Things up a little bit.
Right.
And then I took like a 2-hour nap. And then I wake up from my 2-hour nap. They check my cervix. I'm 10 centimeters dilated. And they're like, okay, my doctor's like, it's time to push. And I'm like, my eyes got so big. Chris can't even tell you that my eyes got so big because I'm like, oh my God, here it comes.
Was it just Ken in there with you?
Ken was in there. Yeah, Ken was in there.
No, I'm saying, was it just Ken?
Yeah, it was just Ken. So they had given me Pitocin to kind of speed things up a little bit.
Right.
And then I took like a 2-hour nap.
And even with her being, according to her, quite a few weeks early, nearly a month early, she has zero mention of being afraid, being concerned there's something wrong. It's typically, it wasn't extremely early, but it was still early for a first-time mother. You would think that she would mention some sort of anything about being concerned or scared about the health of the baby. She doesn't mention anything about when her water breaks, at what point. Did it break at the hospital? Did it break when they were at home? Why did she wait till she was a 6 to get to the hospital? And then, people are speculating that Gypsy was actually lying about Christy being in the room, because obviously if you listened to Bree's live throughout, Bree would bring something up in order to get a confirmation on something. So for example, about the whole TMZ comment, she said, okay, I wanted to confirm that you didn't actually tell them, right? You just gave a comment, right? And Gypsy then would confirm. So I don't know if she was just doing it for clarification, or if Gypsy was actually caught in a lie and just didn't realize she was caught in a lie. I'm not entirely sure. Weird. So she doesn't mention the contractions, she doesn't mention the pain level, she doesn't mention any of these things. I just feel like that doesn't add up for anything. Like, I just feel like that's a strange way to describe the birthing experience of someone. I don't know. I just can't pinpoint it. I feel like that was rather quickly to immediately be put on Pitocin, according to her, which she had no mention of Pitocin when she put it in this original comment that she had posted the story about how amazing birth was and how she took her little nap. Well, she didn't mention that in the comment either, but she said that she took a 2-hour nap. So likely after she got the epidural, I would say, 15, 20 minutes, the epidural kicks in, and she'd probably take 20 minutes to relax enough to take a nap. 2 hours later, no mention of anybody coming in to check. Usually they'll come in and check, every so often, probably within an hour. And if they didn't, I don't know, because then it would just be like she got the Pitocin and then within an hour she's at a 10. I feel like they would have just not given her Pitocin because it wasn't really that much of a stall time. I don't know, which I know every single birth is different. Not every single hospital is the same or do things the exact same way, but still, I just would think she gets there at 1:30. They got to push a bag of fluid before they'll give the epidural in to get the anesthesiologist there. I would say that would at least be 2:30 to 3. So this all happened within an 8-hour window. I feel like they wouldn't push Pitocin that quickly when she arrived in active labor at 6. I would think that she would have shown up the first sign that she was having contractions being early. If she thought her baby wasn't supposed to be due till not even still, a few more weeks out. Typically, it's mothers that are, it's the first time moms that will really overthink and overreact to certain things, and they'll get in there. So I don't know. I just don't feel convinced by this whole thing. I think she's being dishonest, and I think this was a scheduled birth because she was right on time. Maybe she went into labor naturally, but I don't think so. But I think the fact that she's just now mentioning the Pitocin, she's realizing people are catching on, and I don't know. What do you guys think? I also found it interesting how she was saying that Ken was the one that really wanted to announce the baby, even though he's hardly active on social media whatsoever, and she was totally against it and said that Christy wanted to sell pictures of the baby. I feel like that's a twisted conversation, which, it's possible, but I don't know if Christy actually said it, yeah, you should sell it to the magazine or whatever. I don't know. It was okay, I just have to agree on the picture, and the picture that they agreed on, I noticed instantly that it's photoshopped. Let's look at that. If you look right here in this gapped area, I'm going to zoom in a little bit for you guys, and you can see that she totally warped her own body. I don't know if it's an insecurity or what it is, but it's definitely photoshopped, that's for sure. And for her to try to just pretend that she just wanted to hide the baby's privacy and yada 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 because she just doesn't care about this social media thing, her followers are a burden. All of this is just a burden to her is hilarious, considering that she quite literally posted her bounce back video immediately, which is of course focusing only on her because Gypsy got what she wanted, which was Ken trapped for 18 years. Pretty much. Zero mention of how much she loves being a mother. That I've said this before. No mention of the undeniable joy of having a baby look into your eyes, as you look back as at a piece of you and something that you made out of love or blah blah blah, or despite the circumstances, it's a precious love. It's a different kind of love. None of that. No mention of that. Just about how easy labor was, and that was awesome. Took a nap skis and look at my bod. Amazing. And then, of course, her being the hero, saying, I'm trying to protect my child because they wanted to do all this. And I was no, definitely not. But me being savior mom, I said, okay, maybe. The whole story is just weird to me. And I don't know. What do you guys think? Do you think it adds up? Let me know what you guys think down in the comments. Do you think that the story adds up? Are any of my followers or people watching this video that's familiar with labor and delivery, or somebody that works in that field? Does this sound like a standard timeline? Again, I'm not entirely sure, but I find it a little interesting, or weird, I guess I should say. Let me know down in the comments. Don't forget to like and share this video and hit the follow button. And just in case TikTok actually does get banned like they're saying it will, go follow me on YouTube or hit the subscribe button to my YouTube channel. That way you can keep up with my videos. I've got some longer videos over there where I go more in depth on some things that I've speculated on. So make sure you do that so we can keep up with each other until we find a new app. If we find one, hopefully this ban doesn't go through. But anyway, yeah, don't forget to do that. I will see you guys next time. Bye.